Now we're going to discuss Kantian morality. Kantian morality is moral theory offered to us by Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant was a German philosopher that, as you can tell from the dates on the screen, did most of his work in the second half of the 18th century. Like many modern philosophers, Immanuel Kant did work in many areas of philosophy, epistemology, metaphysics, morality. Immanuel Kant is what we call a deontologist about morality. There were a number of deontologists. Deontology is the sort of moral theory that claims that an act is right because of something intrinsic in the act. As we saw before, our consequentialists argue that what determines an act's morality is a matter of the consequences of the action. Utilitarianism specifically says the consequences, the good consequences, are those that maximize well-being for everyone involved. There are a number of different ways consequentialism can be laid out, depending on what we call the best consequences. Likewise, deontology can be spelled out in a number of different ways. Deontology believes that the morality of the act has nothing to do with the consequences. Okay? Deontology could also be called non-consequentialism. Okay? Non-consequentialism. Basically, the morality of the action is found in the action itself. There's something intrinsic about the act that makes it right or wrong. What that intrinsic thing is going to be, what that something intrinsic is, will depend on the specific deontological moral theory. There are many different deontological moral theories, just as there are many different consequentialist theories. We're going to specifically discuss Immanuel Kant's deontology. Okay, so while we're going to talk about specifically what Kant thought was intrinsic in the act that makes it morally correct, just, be aware that there are other options. To discuss Kant's morality, we have to start with discussing the foundation, okay, what comes before it. So there are a number of different steps we're going to follow. The will. First and foremost, Kant believed that we all have a faculty of will. We have the will. This is a thing that possesses motivations and desires. Sometimes people talk about harboring ill will or only goodwill towards other people. This is not the same sort of idea. For Kant, the will is a part of us, and it is the part of us that has motivations and desires. When we go to figure out where our motivations and desires come from, we look to the will. Furthermore, Kant said the will is the only thing that can be good without qualification. Okay? The will is the only thing that can be good without qualification. What this means is that the will wants good things naturally. Okay? The will wants good things naturally. A good will is a will that is motivated to do the right things, desires to do the right things, desires good things. And for Kant, the will is motivated to do the right thing naturally. Does that make sense? The thing is that what the will does not have is information. The will does not have any information on which things are the right things. Imagine you want to eat healthily, okay? You want to eat healthy, but you have absolutely no knowledge, no information about nutrition whatsoever. I mean, you truly have zero information on nutrition, so much so you don't know which one is healthier, the steamed broccoli or the chocolate cake. Okay? So you don't know which one is the healthier choice, but you want to eat healthy. The will wants to do what's right. The will wants to do good things, but the will has zero information on which things are good. So just as you don't know whether you should eat the steamed broccoli or the chocolate cake, the will does not know whether it should steal or not steal. Okay? It wants to do what's right, it just doesn't know what's right. However, reason provides that information to the will, Kant says. Reason offers to the will the needed information on which is the right thing to do. Reason can tell the will that not stealing is the right thing. The will naturally wants to do what's right, and reason lets the will know that what's right is not stealing. Just like the nutritionist offers you the information that the steamed broccoli is more nutritious than the chocolate cake. So you want to eat healthy, and now the nutritionist provides you with the answer, the steamed broccoli is healthier than the chocolate cake. Does that make sense? It doesn't tell you anything about Kant's morality yet, okay? We're building the foundation.